Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. So today I'm bringing you some ephemerals. You heard that right. Some Hecarim Zed ephemeral deck. The reason that I think this deck is interesting to explore again is because the Shadow Apprentice got a huge buff. So now the Shadow Apprentice, whenever you summon an ephemeral ally, it gets +1 attack. So it pretty much ends up working like another Greenblade duo, except that it only works when you summon an ephemeral ally instead of just any ally. Well, with this deck, it doesn't really matter, because with this deck, we're summoning a lot of ephemerals, which end up making the Shadow Apprentice just push a lot of elusive damage together with the Greenblade duo, and obviously a Sparring Student. This deck is low-key more like an aggro deck than anything else, because you're just trying to rush on your opponent by going super wide with your ephemerals and just pushing as much damage as possible, and trying to get some sneaky lethals in there with stuff like Syncopation, Twins, etc., right? So to break down the deck, 3 Shadow Assassins and 3 Sparring Students are 1-drops, right? So the Sparring Student, we end up summoning a lot of ephemerals, so the Sparring Student can end up becoming really big. Think of, like, for example, when you play a Irelia, making him a really good attacker that the opponent is forced to block. The Shadow Apprentice that we talked about is an elusive that's going to go bigger and bigger. Then we have Greenblade Duo, same thing, elusive that just going bigger and bigger every time you summon. Here are 2 of our engines, and really the Shark Chariot can probably count to that too. Haunted Relic and Onslaught of Shadow. We can use these cards with spell mana while also be able to summon either 3 ephemerals or 2 ephemerals. Usually, it's going to be a matter of board space and how what the blockers look like, and if you have the shepherd on the field, about which one you use, or really whichever one you draw. But whichever one you do, will be able to buff up your apprentice, your student, and your Greenblade duo to levels that the opponent needs to be able to block, or they just end up taking too much damage. The Shark Chariot combines with all these ephemerals, because the Shark Chariot will summon itself after you attack with any ephemeral, meaning that it will end up buffing these other 3 units again, right? Soul Shepherd is just there to kind of make our Hunter Relic especially a little bit bigger, because that way the Hunter Relic has +2 attack, and the opponent cannot just efficiently block them. Syncopation is a really funny tech. It can save one of your units, because you can just swap them with an ephemeral, or you can actually do some sneaky lethals where you can like swap one of your Hunter Relics for like a big Spamming Student and just present lethal damage, as you'll see in this video multiple times. Twin Discipline is just there to save our units, right? And push a little bit of damage if we need to. 2 Iron Harbinger. They have Fearsome, which is pretty cool. And you summon enough ephemerals here that these guys can get really big really quickly. 3 Stucky Shadows, because we don't have a lot of draw, so this lets us keep our hand at least a little bit better. 3 Zed. Obviously, Zed ends up summoning a Shadow, which ends up combining with all 3 of our early drops, as well as with the Shark Chariot, because he can summon the Shadow again. And you can even get both of the Shepherd, right? So it's a lot of synergy here. 2 Deny, so that we protect ourselves against like Ruination, Vengeance, etc. 3 Hecarims. If you get that late into the game and you haven't finished the game yet, Hecarim can come down and present that finish condition that you're waiting for. And then 1 Heroine for like very, very late game scenarios where you really need like a get out of jail card, right? So this deck list, I originally got it from Twitter from a player named Drakkos. And the only thing that I really changed is that I went down to 2 Harbinger and I went up to 1 Heroine. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. Again, it plays like a very aggro deck that's just trying to push a lot of damage early on and wins through the elusives or through just going super wide, and the opponent not be able to do anything about it. Anyways, we have a lot of games coming up today because the games were very quick with this deck. So hope you enjoy the games coming up soon. And I'll see you all at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Aphelios Fizz. So it's going to be a race of whoever can just get to their shenanigans first. Unfortunately, I do have a hunch that the opponent might be able to get there before us. I wonder how good this Greenblade duo actually is in this game. I think he's fine. He's an elusive blocker that can actually block Fizz. Okay, we get the Twin back, so maybe the game is telling me that the Twin is actually important to keep. So I will keep it. I will listen to you, game, and do whatever you tell me to do. It's a good way to kill the Fizz, right? It's a good blocker for the Fizz, I guess. Question is here, do we just do the Shark Chariot now and they just do Greenblade duo next turn? That sounds correct to me. Can we just do the green? We do this now so that we can push, the 3 damage. One is never blocking here. This also gets us the trigger on the Hecarim. Then opponent next turn is going to summon the Hungry Alcat or summon the other guy. Yeah, the Gleaming Lantern. There you go. As always. They always have it, right? Mmm. I like this. I like this. I like this, and then just blocking the Librarian. Do we block the Librarian? I think we do. I think we always block the Librarian. I think it's more important to block the Librarian than it is to block the Gleaming Lantern, because that way he doesn't get the spell value here. The problem is the Fizz, right? He keeps the Fizz alive, so now we just die to an elusive Fizz in about 2 turns time, no matter what we do. Now here, we're able to get some value because we summon the Shark, so he's going to have to block this one way or the other. But all he needs to do is give this, like, all he needs to do is just get, like, do his elusive shenanigans and he wins the game. So as long as he gets his elusive shenanigans, he just wins the game. He's actually going to try to kill the Sparring Student. Okay, I was going to say, that didn't sound right to me. I'm surprised he's giving us the Gleaming Lantern. He must feel very confident that he can just win next turn. So he must feel very confident that he can just win next turn. This plays around another Pale Cascade, right? So he's not playing around the Twin, which is good for us. The Fizz the Fizz doesn't have double attack or anything, right? I guess with double attack, he can push 8 damage next turn, but we could potentially just have lethal next turn, to be honest. Because we have the Syncopation available for us. So here we kill the Gleaming Lantern, which means that the opponent doesn't get any more reduced value. So even if the opponent has the Papercraft Dragon, he will have to like play it how it is, just to be able to actually survive. We can actually survive. Oh, we can also have Deny. I would like to keep the Hunter Relic for next turn. This is 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think I'm scared at 8 HP. So he's gonna go for the Aphelios weapon. So he's gonna try to stun. He's gonna try to stun. Calibrum. Can do the Twin and save it here, right? Can do the Twin and save it here. Opponent's pushing 3, 6, 8, 10, 11. I like the Twin. I like the Twin. And then next turn we do Syncopation, Hunter Relic, and Deny. And we have exactly... We'll have 9 mana, so we can actually do all of them. Because all we need to do is get a sneaky Syncopation swap kill, right? Yeah, so we go down to 12. Actually, we have to block here so that we don't die to a Pokey Stick. So we block here so we don't die to a Pokey Stick. Next time we do the Hunter Relic. We're able to summon the Shark Chariot. Opponent's going to try to stun, and when he tries to stun, we can just deny it. Right? So when the opponent tries to stun, we can just deny it, and still have enough mana to do Syncopation after the fact. There it is. Oh. Wait, what? I think I'm still denying this. I think I'm still denying this because this, I mean, still summoning the Shark. All I need to do is have, yeah, because this is all I need to do, right? All I need to do is this. This summons the Shark and another Shadow. So this becomes a 6/6, which means that with the Syncopation, we can get the lethal. Opponent needs to block with everything, including blocking the Zed and blocking this guy. And then with the Syncopation plus one of the 1/1s getting through, it's enough for lethal. Unless the opponent has like Pokey Stick or Group Shot, which is completely possible. But I feel like if they had the Pokey Stick, they would have killed the Zed before we summon this guy. Yeah, so opponent's going to go like this, which is going to quote-unquote block everything. And then we syncopation. And then it's attack lethal. And that should be enough unless the opponent has the pokey stick, group shot. There we go. Yeah, like if he had pokey stick, he would just kill the Zed, right? So it didn't make sense for it to be pokey stick if it was like that. So yeah, GG's. They never respect the syncopation lethal. So in this match, we'll be going up against Jayce Lux. So with Jayce Lux, it could be two versions. It could be the regular version of Jayce Lux or the other version. This hand does not look bad at all. This hand does not look bad at all. Oh, having Deny is also huge, I think. So we can get this Pantheon Student bigger with the Shark Chariot. Having Deny as a backup. Stalking Shadow is not bad. It's not good, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's also not bad. It allows us to refill our hand. Syncopation is used for later. If the opponent has no blockers, we push 5 damage. Otherwise, we just push 3 because we're not going to attack with the Sparing Student. Opponent's going to decide to block. So opponent decided I didn't want to take all this damage, which I guess is fair, right? It is a lot of damage that the opponent is taking. Well, I guess I say a lot of damage, but it's only 3, right? Except that next turn, they're actually going to take a lot of damage. Yeah, next turn is when things get funny. Onslaught of Shadows. I wish I had the Soul Shepherd. What about we do it like this? We do this, and then we do the Hunter Relic as well. That way this guy becomes like so big, right? We also have access to Syncopation. Actually, this is... Okay, we actually messed up, right? Because we had the Shark. We had the Shark coming out. So it had to be the Onslaught of Shadow, because the Shark... Like, the Shark is another unit. Right? Wait, he's taking this damage. Wait, opponent's crazy. He's actually taking this damage. I'm gonna keep the Syncopation. I think we can just get lethal. I think we can get a sneaky lethal. Well, no, because he's gonna always kill this next turn, right? He's always gonna kill this next turn by challenging right away. If he doesn't challenge right away, then he gets punished. We're gonna need another Sparing Student. Do we need the Deny? Sorry, do we need to do the Deny? I don't think I do. I don't think I actually do the Deny. Because what I want to do is that next turn, I'm just going to go for lethal. So next time, we're just going to go for lethal with the elusives. It sucks losing this guy right here. But I think the Deny is going to be more important for next turn. Because we can do the Deny to stop like a Concerted Strike or stop any way that the opponent has to kind of kill our Shadow Apprentice. I wish it could be Hecarim, but I don't think it's Hecarim. I think we just go for the lethal because we have Syncopation and Deny backup. So we have 8 mana. So, yeah, there you go. So he does the Shock Blast, and now this is when the Deny comes clutch. So now we can do Deny, have Onslaught of Shadow. So we can do the Deny, have the Onslaught of Shadows, and have Syncopation to do the sneaky lethal. Because this is going to be, like, the elusives are enough to win the game here. Opponent only has 3 mana. He goes like this, we go like this, and this is game. Woo! There you go. That's going to be 9 because we had the Shark Chariot on the field about to come in. Oh my goodness. I'm glad that I held back the Deny last turn because I think the Sparing Student was a little bit of a bait. It didn't need to be the Shadow. It didn't need. I guess the Shadow Assassin was clutch because if it was the Sparing Student, we wouldn't have had enough. The opponent could have just blocked, right? So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Pantheon Yuumi. Actually, might think that we might have a good chance here. I think we have a good chance here. Because I think that we can go really wide really quickly. I like keeping the Stalking Shadows because it can give us the Ephemeral unit to be able to resummon the Shark Chariot. We have double elusives here, so we can push a lot of damage. I think the Shark Chariot is okay to summon him next turn because he pushes a little bit more damage than Shadow plus Greenglade duo. Because this is gonna buff out the Shadow Apprentice. So we can push 5 damage right away on turn 1. Like obviously, opponent has sharp sights, opponent has single combat, so that's when things become a little bit annoying. Okay, double stuck in shadows might be a little bit too greedy, unfortunately. And he also gets the Saga Seeker. So if he has the sharp sight, he gets a lot of value out of it next turn because he'll be able to kill the apprentice, which is pretty big. Which is pretty big, right? If he has the sharp sight, he has it. It could also be single combat because the single combat will trigger the Faded right away before he even hits. So he can actually kill the Shadow Apprentice right off the bat. I think we still have to attack. If the opponent has the sharp sight, I wanna take it out right now. Okay, so it's just Chambers. Alright. So opponent just told us, hey, I don't have sharp sight, so do whatever you want, right? In which case, I like the Greenglade duo and I like the Zed next turn. So now we can do this. Now we can do Greenglade duo and we can do the Zed. The only problem is that if we lose the Zed, if our Zed dies, we will not be able to summon the Shark Chariot unless we top deck the Onslaught of Shadow or the Haunted Relic. Either one of those top decks will actually be pretty crazy as well. So I wonder if I'm actually supposed to summon Zed right here because we don't have Twin to defend it against a single combat. So without Twin to defend against a single combat, it's a little bit more awkward. Let's start with the Shadow Apprentice. This is gonna kind of feel out what the opponent has in their hand, right? Let's feel out what the opponent has in their hand. If they tap out of Consider, then it means that the only thing that we lose to is gonna be single combat. There's also an option that we just try to get an ephemeral like spamming student or something, but that's a very big risk if we do that. So I think it's just gonna be this. Okay, so he does the single combat right now. So now he doesn't have the single combat for the Zed. So we get to push quite a bit of damage here, even if we sacrifice the Zed. So even if we sacrifice the Zed, I think that's okay. Because these are both gonna go to 3 attack, 3 attack. We get the Shark Chariot and we also get a Shadow. So even if the opponent blocks the Zed right here, we're still pushing 3, 6, 9, 12 damage, which is huge. Yeah, like, that's A-okay with me, opponent. You kill the Zed. I guess the question is, can you kill us next turn, right? Because you have Overwhelm. We have a second Zed that we can just summon, by the way, right? So that next turn we do the same thing. Or we can just do the Stuck in Shadows that we've been talking about to get the value. The problem is that Stuck in Shadows might miss just because of the fact that we already have used a lot of our units. We have already drawn a lot of our units. Oh my goodness. We can just do Harrowing next time. We can just Harrowing next time. Opponent doesn't have enough to rally. Opponent could have Cataclysm. But Cataclysm... Actually, Cataclysm will be enough. I think we just do like this. Cataclysm will actually be enough to kill us. So I think I'm just going to do it like this and just do the Harrowing next time. Because if the opponent has Cataclysm, they can actually kill us. Like, I don't care about Zed dying because we have just enough mana to do the Harrowing. At least here, I guess Cataclysm still kills us, unfortunately. So we still lose to the Cataclysm. Because the opponent can just target that on one of our apprentices. But let's see it. If it's Cataclysm, we lose. If it's Rally, we're okay. Yeah, Cataclysm always wins here. It would be exactly 6. It would be exactly 6. Because the opponent will get the Faded trigger. Oh, there we go. We got it. The Harrowing can clutch. So if the opponent didn't surrender there, we obviously attack with both of the apprentices. But we don't have to attack like 6 wide because we have another Shark Chariot that's going to come back for the grave that will buff the apprentice even more. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Jinx Draven. So I think their deck might go a little bit faster than what we can go into. Especially because we wanna... the elusives are not bad. Wait, this hand is not horrible actually. The Soul Shepherd is really good at just increasing like our Onslaught Shadows attack power. The Shadow Apprentice is really good as an elusive attacker that can combine with the Onslaught to push a lot of damage. And then we get Zed on top of it. I think it is a race though. So if the opponent attacks here, I do think we block. I think we block. I think it's actually better because now that we have Zed, I think it's much better to block right there. Especially because we still have the Onslaught, we have the Zed, we have the Onslaught. We can do the Harbinger on the turn after, right? Let's push the 2 damage. The only punish would have been Portal Cannon into Vision. And I don't think I was too scared of that. Woo. So now that we got the Gangly Duo, I'm actually feeling more comfortable just doing Zed next turn and doing Onslaught Shadow afterwards. Does he have the Vision? So if the opponent has the Vision, the Soul Shepherd gets punished? I still think it's fine. I'm gonna force him to have the Vision. I guess he could Spinning Axe and discard something here, but I'm also gonna force him to discard one of his cards. There we go. So he has the Vision, like we talked about. So this does die, which means that our Onslaught are gonna be a little bit less damage, but we still have the Zed and we still have the Onslaught of Shadow, so we're still pushing a ton of damage next turn, while still having a decent number of blockers. What I will do is that I will do the Onslaught of Shadows first. So better to do the Shark Chariot. No, because the Shark Chariot means that we cannot summon Zed. So I'm gonna do this first. See if the opponent taps out of Get Excited mana, right? So the opponent could easily have Get Excited here, which is why... Okay, there we go. So now that he does this, we do this. Opponent could still have Mystic as well, I guess. Otherwise, we can do the Onslaught next turn to have blockers. Okay, so he has Survivor Skills? Wow. I didn't expect him to be playing Survivor Skills. So now we get punished for that. Because now the Draven levels up and the opponent has very wide attacker next turn. If the opponent develops, he lets us summon the Onslaught for blockers. Or do we even want to do that? Or do we just want to try to push the damage through our elusive on the next attack turn? I guess we have to survive though, right? We have to survive, so the Onslaught is the best way. Because right here, we just lose to a Decimate. I mean, sorry, we lose to a Get Excited. If the opponent has Get Excited, we always lose anyways. I think if the opponent has Get Excited, we always lose anyways. I'm gonna play it that way. If the opponent has Get Excited, we always lose anyways. Because the opponent can always do the Get Excited on the Green Glade duo, right? So the opponent always can do the Get Excited on the duo. So if they have it, they have it. I didn't want to give him the option of being able to do another Vision, right? So I think it was okay to press OK there. Yeah, that's not gonna work that well for you. Is there anything that we can get here? Shadow? Okay, a second Shark Chariot is pretty good. Regardless, we're attacking with a full board, right? We just need to make sure that we have both Green Glade duos go to 5 attack, so that we can just push the lethal damage. Yeah, so both Green Glade duos are 5 attack. Okay, so he always had to Get Excited, so I don't know what he was waiting for. I guess he was waiting for me to tap out or Nullify or deny or something, but yeah. That was close. That was close though. I think, again, if we block last turn, we always lose. I guess we ended up not losing to the Get Excited because we ended up drawing another Green Glade Green Glade duo. Actually, we still do, because if we block with the Green Glade duo, we lose the Green Glade duo, and then the opponent just Get Excited the second one. So yeah, we had to just not play around this. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Mono, Viego, Shurima. Can we go faster than they can? With this hand, maybe. They have a lot of like vulnerable, right? They have a lot of vulnerable. Maybe we needed to keep the syncopation. The stuff in shadow sometimes feel good, sometimes do not feel good. I'm undecided yet whether I like them or not. I think I'm okay with the Soul Shepherd though. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice card because it can buff the onslaught for us to be able to do a lot of damage. So this loses to Aphelios Fizz, right? Then we just take the additional 2 damage here. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Okay, he's just gonna kill it anyways. Alright. At least he puts it on that and not a Zed, which is very good for us. The only problem is that he gets to kill this for free, right? He gets to kill this for free anyways. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay, right? Opponents only have 4 mana, so you should have a way to stop this Zed. We can do 2 things. I guess we can do the Hunter Relic, because the Hunter Relic is going to be 2 2s. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I'm going to do the Hunter Relic. Just go full wide this turn. Take advantage of the fact that this is buffed up right now. That this is still in the field, I mean, before the opponent summons any other random nonsense. If the opponent goes like this, I'm just going to full attack. I'm just going to full attack. I'm going to give the opponent the Soul Shepherd if they want it. Opponent probably has Quicksand. And that's what they're looking for. But I think at this point, I just need to try to push as much damage as possible, right? So the opponent probably has Quicksand, which means that they always want to block with the Merciless Hunter right here. So that they can do their Quicksand right now. Which means that the Soul Shepherd is always safe to attack. If they block, I guess if they have Quicksand, they could block here and block here. And still kill the Zed, because the Zed loses the quick attack. But they're still taking 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 if they block this way. Yep, there's the Quicksand. So why not block the other way? I guess he just doesn't want to take that much damage. So he did it in such a way that he took the little amount of damage as possible. But it still leaves the Soul Shepherd alive, which means that she's still going to build up a lot of damage next turn. That's interesting. And if we ever get the Hecarim, the opponent just loses. Okay. So you killed the Shepherd anyways, but you're losing one of your blockers. Like, I mean, sure. I mean, 4 damage sucks, but I don't think I'm going to play around 4 damage. I think I'm just going to summon the Shack right now. If you have the Aphelios Fizz, you have the Aphelios Fizz. I can't stop it. I think at this point we just do the Onslaught of Shadow. Or we can just do Zed. We can do the Zed and keep our deny mana open. I guess Viego is kind of annoying here. Yep. Like we talked about, Viego is very annoying. Remember, we have a shark, right? We have a shark. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do it like this and just go ham. The problem is that we just died next turn, right? We just died to the Viego. I guess we don't die to the Viego Fearsome. Opponent has 4 mana. So they could realistically also be able to have the Viego Despair to kill one of my units. Doesn't look like they do. I think I don't care about this. Like, I don't care about Zed that much. Like, this is pushing a lot of damage here. You block the Zed. I guess you could have a second Quicksand, but this is still lethal. Wait, this is still lethal. Wait, opponent. This is, I guess, what? What? I guess opponent had nothing, so we just aggro rushed him down with the Ephemerals and Elusives? I'll take that. The Shark Chariot just comes in clutch. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against... Ooh. So this is what? Targon's Peak? This is Targon's Peak, but the opponent's playing... I don't mind keeping the Hecarim. I think the Zed is really good because the twin means that he will survive against an Avalanche. And we also attack it on 3, right? So even if the opponent does like an Avalanche, we can save the Zed with the twin. Which is pretty good because he will also level him up. Don't think we can do the Shark Chariot because again, we want to be able to protect against an Avalanche. So the Zed is going to have to just attack by himself right now. Let's say that the opponent has an Avalanche right here. Otherwise, I guess we push a lot of damage. There it is. That's why we did it that way, so that we could do this. We keep the set alive. And able to push 6 damage, because the opponent probably doesn't want to block with the faces of the old one. And now we set it up that if the opponent ever does do another avalanche, they're going to lose the faces of the old one, right? If he doesn't block, Zed levels up, which means that he's no longer vulnerable to an avalanche, right? So he has 2 options. He can get rid of his ramp, and I guess he's going to decide to do it that way. So he's going to make it so that the Zed can still die to an avalanche next turn. What we can do here is that we can do the Shock Chariot. Like, even if the opponent has a Rabin here, yeah, that's fine. We just do the Shock Chariot. And I'm okay with that. We do lose the set, which is a little bit unfortunate. But we have Greenglade Duo. We have Hunter Relic. Onslaught of Shadows. Let's do the Hunter Relic first. I'm gonna put the opponent on having another... I'm gonna put the opponent on having another Avalanche. And if that's the case, I just want to attack like this now, because this is almost going to level up Hecarim. Wow. Wow. He also doesn't have Targon Speak, so opponent must have just full ramp at this point. So then next time we just do... this time we just do Hecarim. Okay, yeah, we just win the game. So we just win the game because Hecarim means... Hecarim is going to level up, and he's also going to summon the Sharks with him. And that's it. Here you get the big Hecarim level up that you probably haven't seen in ages. Woo! There we go. We always open to play around the opponent having it the stairs, right? Or something like that. And yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, come on. I want to see the hit. I want to see the hit. Oh, he surrendered, so I guess we don't get to see it. Unfortunately, the opponent surrendered. But yeah. I mean, he ended up being okay there because we were able to go aggressive really early, but I think the key turn was when we were able to play around the Avalanche. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Lux Jayce. I wonder which version of the deck this is. The normal version or the new Davo version that goes more aggressive. That's actually kind of funny, but I think we actually need to go try to see if we can get like a Twin Discipline or just the just the Student, sorry. The Student and the Soul Shepherd are both very good, to be honest. The Student is so good here. Oh, Syncopation too. So we can literally do 1, 2, 3. Wait, this is so good. This is so good here. We do the Shark Chariot. This buffs this up. Syncopation would allow us to keep our set alive in case the opponent has something like a Mystic Shadow get excited. Okay, so this is the new version of the deck. We just attack with the Shark Chariot. So the new version of the deck is playing more like Chumpers and going for Demacia. So it kind of plays like I guess Fizz, Lulu, Yodeling Arms instead of using for Demacia. And taking advantage of the value that you get from Jayce and Lux. Don't think we need to greed it out. I think we're gonna do the Soul Shepherd first. And then do the set next turn. That way we have mana for Syncopation to be able to save the set against like a Get Excited or a Mystic Shot, right? Yeah, so we do like this. This is still a good blocker into the Senate Urchin. Doesn't look like we have to do anything. We do the set. We do the set, which also summons the Shark Chariot, by the way, right? Opponent could have Mystic or Get Excited here to try to kill this set. And we can do Syncopation to respond to that. Oh, wow, it's not. Wait, do we greed it out? Do we greed it out? Do we actually greed this out? So if we attack like this, oh my goodness, we can greed it out with the Onslaught of Shadows as well. I think I like it like this. I think I'm gonna do like this. Play around the opponent potentially having a Mystic Shot. Opponent can try to block the set with the Jayce, and then with Syncopation to actually kill the Jayce. So I guess it's a good thing we did it this way, because the Jayce could have been a good blocker for our unit, right? We have the Hunter Relic for next turn to serve as blockers once the opponent tries to do for Demacia. Yeah, he cannot take that much damage, so that's why he's gonna do it like this. Yeah, I guess don't let this... We could level up Zed right now, to be honest. But how much is that really mattering? I don't think it matters that much. I don't think leveling up Zed matters. I think that the extra damage from the Sparring Student is much better than that. Again, next turn, when the opponent tries to do for Demacia, we can do the Haunted Relic. And that will still give us the value to be able to save the Zed, right? Heck, we even got the Shadow Apprentice. So I'm trying to see if I need to block this. Maybe we just do the double Onslaught of Shadows. Maybe the Onslaught of Shadow, and since we don't have space for the Haunted Relic anymore. Yeah, there we go. So he does this. We do the Onslaught. Opponent has 2 challengers, so I know that he's always going to be trying to drag. I wonder if he's going to try to kill the Zed here. And if he does, do we let him? He's going to pull the... So... let's think this out. Do we keep the Sparring Student or do we keep the Zed? So, if we keep the Sparring Student, we have 3 cards on the board. This is gonna add an additional 3, and then we always summon the Shark Chariot anyways. I think the Sparring Student is more potent. I think the Student is more. I think the Student is gonna present more damage than the Zed will. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I'm gonna regret that decision. But here we can do Haunted Relic and just go super wide. Meanwhile, the Sparring Student is going to become a 5/5, by the way, right? And we still have a full board of attackers. Obviously, the opponent still has the Elusive right here. But we have a second Syncopation that we can use to swap the Elusive to be able to present the Lethal. And here we go. We get the Shark Chariot. So now we can present Lethal here 2 different ways, right? Well, I guess only one way. So I guess we just do it like this then, right? An opponent shouldn't have a way to kill this. Because we have Twin Discipline to save the Sparring Student. Yeah, so the Sparring Student ended up being more important. Just because we have the second Syncopation available. But yeah, you're good. You kind of get the sneaky lethals like that with this deck that people are not expecting. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Riven Viktor. Against aggro type of decks like this, I think we struggle a lot more than anything else. Because I feel like we usually don't have enough value to be able to really push all the damage through to them. Let me see if I can try to get, yeah, like this is not a horrible hand. Because we can do, and they also run like Mystic, so it's also so annoying. Then having Mystic is also pretty annoying, yeah. We always start with the Shadow Apprentice. The Shadow Apprentice is an elusive, so we know we can guarantee this 1 damage, even if the opponent has the 1 drop. Yeah, there we go. If we did the Sparring Student, he could just easily block that. So here's the question. It's not going to be Zed next turn, right? I don't think we play the Zed next turn. I think we just play Shark Chariot and do the Onslaught of Shadows, right? Okay, I guess now we go like this. We just keep the Shark Chariot for later. Oh, wow. Oh, this is going to be a pretty big blowout. This is a pretty big blowout. I guess opponent can just block the Ephemerals right here, right? Block the Ephemerals and still get hit by 7 from the elusives because he can block here. Oh, he only blocking 1 of them? I don't think blocking 1 or 2 matters. We might be able to actually just outvalue the opponent at this point. Wow. Well, I think we just go like this. Opponent's gonna have elusive attacker. We can block with the Gwynglade duo if he attacks, right? And next time we just open. So if we open, we get a full board. Well, oh no, we don't have a shark there yet. We don't have a shark there. I thought I had a shark already, but we still have both sharks in our hand. So we just like this, and then we attack. Opponent has Mystic Shot for the Zed. We have another. We can do another Zed instead. Yeah, Yeah. So then we just do the second set, and I still get the same value. Opponent now needs to commit a get excited. Yeah. And then we still attack. And the opponent has to block here. Yeah. And opponent still goes all the way down to 3. I guess opponent keeps the elusive. Yeah, this is a good block for the opponent. That second... Maybe we needed to play around the Mystic. No, I think we needed to probably summon the second Shark Chariot instead. Because the second Shark Chariot meant that that Apprentice would have been a little bit bigger to be able to go against the Android. But it ends up not mattering. I guess it could matter. We'll see. I think the Hunter Relic with the Soul Shepherd on the field means that I'm not worried about almost anything here. Because we also have double Shark Chariot. So we can do Hunter Relic and have 2 Shark Chariots come out. So we only need to attack with 2 of the Hunter Relics to be able to really push damage. Yeah. So opponent's down to 3 HP. Opponent's down to 3 HP, and we have 6 wide board. Right? We have a 6 wide board that the opponent cannot deal with. Because anything he kills here just gets resummoned by one of the Shark Chariots. The opponent could get the removal spells here. So opponent could get the removal spells, but then opponent's going to be committing like everything to just survive. While we still keep our Sparing Student alive. So opponent needs to have Mystic plus Mystic. Or Mystic and get excited. Or just 1 Mystic. I guess 1 Mystic is enough, but that means that you lose your Riven. Has to be exactly 1 Mystic. You lose your Riven. I guess you could technically have like an ambush play. You can do Ignition plus Ambush. And try to push a lot of damage with the Ballistic. It's a lot of pressure. And then next turn we just have the Harrowing to finish the game. It's the same thing. Whether you Mystic this or Mystic that. I guess you're playing around what? You have to block the other way, right? You have to either keep your Riven alive or keep your Ballistic alive. You cannot keep them both alive. If we had a twin or a Syncopation, opponent would lose right here. Both of which we play in our deck. Honestly, the most accurate part about next turn is the fact that we have a pretty heavy board. Come on, is either Get Excited or Mystic. Yeah, thank you. So he decided to sacrifice the Ballistic bot and let the Riven survive. Opponent has all Blade Fragments already, so he could technically finish the game here. He could technically finish the game with the Riven. Because he will get the last Blade Fragment that he needs, which will allow him to actually level up the Riven. I wonder if we're ever doing the Harrowing. Oh wait, we don't have mana for it. Oh wait, no, we do. I wonder if we're ever doing the Harrowing. What if we are? What if we're doing the Harrowing just to get like a good blocker with Sparing Student? Because opponent should have access here to the Blade Fragments to create the big Riven. And he could also have access to the Ruin Reckoner, right? He has exactly 8 mana after this card, obviously, to be able to do 2 Blade Fragments, the leveled up fragment, the 2 Blade Fragments that he needs, the Blade of Exile, and then also have Ruin Reckoner, right? Maybe he's looking for the burn. So if we do this, this goes to a 5 health unit, saving us an additional 2 HP. If he taps out of the Ruin Reckoner, then we are okay. If he does have the Ruin Reckoner, then that's a problem. Yeah, if the opponent has the Ruin Reckoner, that's a problem. Okay. So he gets the Blade Fragment, but the Blade Fragment costs one more, allowing us to do the Harrowing, which will bring back our blockers to be able to block this Archivist. Yeah, there you go. He does it. We'll do the Sparring Student just so that we have a blocker. So we'll do the Sparring Student just so that we have a blocker. We don't take any damage from here. I guess there's two ways we can do this. Problem is that we're literally at the mercy of whatever our next draw is. We're at the mercy of whatever our next draw is. So we can save 5 damage. We can... Why don't we just do this? We go down to 5. I think I'm okay with this. I think going to 5 is okay. We literally just need anything else. Well, I guess not anything, because any twin or syncopation doesn't do it. But what did we talk about? Twin or syncopation don't do it. Opponent just always blocks, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I did need to do the defensive harrowing though, right? Because I wasn't surviving otherwise. I guess we could have just sacrificed our units. Because the Riven was at 10, right? So if we don't play the... He gets to push 8 plus 2 more from the elusives plus the overwhelm from the other check. So yeah, GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. As you can see what I mean, like this deck kind of plays very aggressive and just packs a punch very quickly. I think it does a lot. I think it does really well into like the massive mid-range decks. I don't have a lot of blockers. So stuff like Pantheon, right? Because it's really just, you go super wide. You go super, super wide. Obviously, it will struggle a lot against stuff like Shadow Owls because they have Battle Feast to be able to ping your 1 health units. Pokey Stick is also really bad for us. Make It Rain is really bad for us. Unfortunately, because all our units really have 1 health. So just be careful of that. In terms of mulligan, definitely, I think I always keep my Sparring Student, Shadow Apprentice, Greenglade Duo, and Zed, and Soul Shepherd. So usually I'm keeping all my early drops, especially Zed, Soul Shepherd, and Greenglade Duo, Sparring Student, and the Apprentice. And just hoping that I join to the ephemeral engines as we go along in the game. Zed especially can be really key to kind of getting you going early and forcing the opponent to have to take some blocks that they might not want to. Yeah, aside from that, you just kick everything out and you just wait for it to come your way as you start building up into the game. But yeah, I digress. Anyways, if you like the video, please make sure to like it below. You can also subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us at Twitch, at Sirturmund, where we stream 3 to 4 times a week. And you can also find us on Discord or Twitter. Both of those are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all your support like always. And I'll see you all again tomorrow.